There's something subtle that happens when you start getting ahead in life. You work hard, make smarter decisions, save more, maybe start investing. You don't brag, you don't show off, but gradually things begin to shift. You breathe easier, the weight of financial stress starts to lift. You have choices, you feel a sense of freedom, and then, almost unexpectedly, comes the urge to tell someone, to share that you're doing okay now, to let others know you're not struggling anymore, maybe to prove something, maybe just to feel seen. But here's a truth no one really talks about. When you start getting rich, keep it to yourself, not because you're afraid, not because you're hiding, but because silence protects more than money ever could. Let's break down why the wealthy stay quiet, and why you should too. Number 1. Silence protects your peace. The moment people think you have money, they start treating you differently. It's subtle at first, a change in tone, a different kind of energy in the room. People may start expecting more from you. They might hint at help, ask for favors, invite you into things that have nothing to do with your values. Not because they're bad people, but because money makes people assume things. When you're quiet about your wealth, you protect your peace. You get to enjoy what you've built without external pressure. You don't have to defend your choices. You don't have to justify why you said no to something. You stay in control, not just of your finances, but of your emotional space. And peace, once you have it, becomes the most valuable thing you own. Number 2. Not everyone will be happy for you. It's a hard pill to swallow, but not everyone will celebrate your wins. Some people feel threatened by your growth. Others feel left behind. And some, especially if they've known you a long time, won't be able to handle the fact that you've changed your financial status without changing who you are. You'll notice passive-aggressive comments, jokes that hit a little too hard, people who used to support you suddenly pulling away. Wealth quietly reveals the intentions of others. It exposes who's really rooting for you and who was just comfortable with you being on their level. That's why many wealthy people stop sharing altogether. They don't want to dim their light, but they also don't want unnecessary friction. So they move in silence. They build quietly, and they let the results speak for themselves. Number 3. The less you say, the less you're targeted. We live in a world where everything is watched. Every post, every flex, every comment, it all builds a narrative. The moment you start flaunting money, you invite more than attention. You invite judgment, scrutiny, and sometimes risk. People start watching how you live. Strangers make assumptions. Friends feel entitled. Even extended family might expect things they never earned. The internet doesn't forget, and neither do people. Staying quiet about your money is not about being secretive. It's about being smart. Because the moment people think you have more than them, they begin to believe they deserve a piece of it. And it gets harder to tell who's genuinely for you and who's keeping score. Number 4. Quiet wealth is real power. Loud money tries to prove something. Quiet money already knows. You've seen it. The social media flexes, the expensive car someone can barely afford, the vacation that was funded by credit, the designer clothes bought for attention, not comfort. But the wealthiest people? They're often the most invisible. They drive regular cars, wear simple clothes. They're not in the VIP section. They own the building. They understand that the loudest person in the room is often the weakest. Quiet wealth is strategic. It isn't performative. It grows in silence, compounds in the dark, and reveals itself only when it's ready, if ever. And the most powerful thing about it, it doesn't beg for approval. Number 5, privacy gives you freedom. When nobody knows what you have, you're free. You're free to say no without explanation. You're free to walk away from toxic people, fake friends, or family members who manipulate through guilt. You're free to live life on your terms, not the image others have of you. The wealthy don't just protect their money. They protect their ability to move, to make decisions without the weight of public opinion. That freedom is priceless, and it only comes when you stop broadcasting your next move. When your money is private, your options multiply. You're not boxed in by what people think you should or shouldn't be doing. You're simply living. Number 6, comparison is a silent killer. It ruins relationships, self-esteem, even opportunities. And it often starts when people measure their life against someone else's progress. But here's the thing. If you're moving quietly, no one can compare themselves to you. They don't know what you're earning. They don't see your investments. They can't tell if you're up or down because you've mastered the art of being low-key. And by staying private, you avoid the silent competition that ruins so many friendships and families. You don't have to play status games because you're not even on the field. Let them wonder. Let them guess. That mystery, that's your power. Number 7. You keep the focus on what matters. Money is a tool, not a trophy. When you talk less about money, you focus more on impact, on character, on purpose. You start asking deeper questions. How can I use this to build something real? Who can I quietly help? How do I stay grounded? People who get rich and stay rich understand this. They don't let money become their identity. They let it serve their values. And because they aren't constantly seeking validation, they make better decisions. They know that legacy isn't built on what people saw. It's built on what you quietly did when no one was watching. Number 8, you control the narrative. The more you share, the more people fill in the blanks. Oh, he must be making a lot now. She's probably doing better than all of us. I bet he thinks he's too good for us now. But if you keep your wins private, you get to control the story. No assumptions. No exaggerated expectations, just a quiet life that doesn't need constant explanation. And if someone asks how you're doing, I'm good. You don't owe anyone the blueprint. Silence is not secrecy. It's wisdom. And the less they know, the less they can twist. Number 9, your circle gets smaller, but stronger. When you stop broadcasting your success, something beautiful happens. The people who stay close to you are there for you, not for what you have. You start to notice who checks on you without an agenda, who supports your growth without envy, who roots for you in rooms you're not in. That's when your circle becomes solid. Not big, not loud, but real. And that's worth more than money ever could be. When you're not chasing followers, you start attracting friends. Number 10, the real ones will know. Anyway, you don't need to announce your wealth. If you're truly growing, people will feel it. In your calmness, in your decision-making, in how you treat time, in how you move with intention. Real wealth leaves clues, not through flexes, but through consistency. You show up differently. You speak with more clarity. You don't chase, you choose. And those who matter, they'll see the shift, even if you never say a word. The people meant for you won't need proof. Number 11, humility is the wealth that can't be spent. The richer you get, the more valuable humility becomes. Loud money shouts. But quiet wealth listens. It observes, it learns. And it never feels the need to make others feel small to feel significant. When you stay humble, you open doors that pride would have closed. People trust you more. They collaborate, share, and root for you. Not because you impress them, but because you made them feel respected. True wealth isn't just about what you have. It's about how you carry it. And humility is what makes success sustainable. It keeps your ego in check and your circle healthy. Because when you combine money with grace, you don't just grow richer, you grow better. Getting rich isn't just about numbers. It's about how you handle yourself once you do. And the truth is, quiet money moves differently. It doesn't chase clout. It doesn't seek approval. It doesn't need to be seen to be secure. So when the money starts flowing, stay grounded. Buy the freedom, not the spotlight. Build the life, not the image. Hold your peace tighter than your portfolio, because real wealth is quiet, and the people who truly have it rarely talk about it. So if you're getting rich, keep it to yourself, not because you're hiding, but because you're winning.